What's up, guys? Since came in 1 year, and welcome back to STO. I know we've been doing a lot of STO videos recently, and I will do more Minecraft. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's really quite important to me. So, yesterday in a dev blog, Cryptic announced that along with the new Delta Rising expansion, which I'm super excited for, they will be introducing a new level cap, so we'll be able to go up to level 60, opposed to the normal level 50 as it is now. And so it'll be Fleet Admiral, I believe. And then we'll also have Mark 14 equipment, as well as a new Tier 6 ship type. Now, it's the ship type that I really want to talk about, because as I'm sure you're all aware, a lot of money has been sunk into Tier 5 ships, because the Zen ships, the endgame Zen ships that there are now, including my Fleet Avenger here, a lot of money has been sunk into these, and I'm talking hundreds upon thousands of dollars total of all players, and that's a lot of money. And if Cryptic were to make these Tier 5 ships obsolete, then there would be a lot of anger from many people, including myself. They've said that these ships are not going to be obsolete. They will still be competitive even after the Tier 6 ships come out. However, they will lack some of the fancy abilities on the new Tier 6 ships. Now, here's my idea of how this can be done. So first of all, our requirements. Cryptic has to continue to be able to make money off of their Tier 6 ships. It's a simple fact. They have to make money. You can't make a game for free. So they have to continue to make money off of both Tier 5 and Tier 6 ships. But the Tier 5 ships must still be competitive at the Tier 6 level so that players do not get outraged. So, my proposition is this. Step 1. Make a retrofit version of every Tier 5 Zen ship that will bring it up to the Tier 6 level. Now, I know this won't happen immediately, and I don't care if it happens as soon as the expansion is released. I just care that it happens eventually. So I know that takes a long time to make. It would take a long time to make all of those retrofit ships, but it can be done. Basically, someone copy-paste code and increase the stats. It's simple. So this would include all of the Zen ships, at least the Tier 5 Zen ships, and it would also include the Tier 5 Lobby, and possibly Mirror Universe, although don't really care about Mirror Universe because they're extremely cheap as ships go, like only a few 100,000 UC. They're exceedingly cheap. So make a retrofit version of every Zen ship that would be a Tier 6 ship, right? Now, what that would mean is it would mean so they would still lack some of the fancy abilities that would come with the Tier 6 ships. Like, say, a Tier 6 ship would be able to, for example, have, like, an extra, like, more, like, some sort of fancy ability, like the cruiser commands and the science vessel subsystem targeting, things like that. Some sort of fancy ability that can only be found on Tier 6 ships. Now, the Tier 5 retrofits would still lack those features. Those still would not be present on the Tier 5s. However, the Tier 5s would have their stats bumped up. Just a general stat increase, maybe like an extra console slot. Various stat increases to make them more competitive at Tier 5 level. Now, if you're going to be making all of these Tier 6 retrofit versions of these Tier 5 ships, why would anybody, so that doesn't fix the problem. You still have people with all these Tier 5 ships. Well, what I propose is that when the release comes out, anybody that had or has a Tier 5 ship as of the expansion will be able to upgrade their ship to a retrofit version either for free or for a small price. I would pay 500 Zen possibly, or like a fleet ship module or something. I would pay 500 Zen to be able to upgrade my ship to a Tier 6 level. That's a reasonable price to me. So it would be either for free or a very low Zen price. Everybody who owns a Tier 5 ship can upgrade it for that price to the Tier 6 retrofit version. And however, anybody who buys a Tier 5 ship after the expansion to Tier 6 will not get that. So, since I already own my Avenger, say, I would be able to upgrade it to the Avenger Tier 6 for 500 Zen. However, if somebody comes in after the release who doesn't and buys the Avenger, the Tier 5 one, after the expansion, they would not be able to upgrade it for free. So that's my proposition, because Cryptic can continue to make money. They'll get that small amount from the retrofit, and they'll be able to sell their Tier 6 ships that have fancy abilities, and they would, but at the same time, players would still be happy because they would be able to keep their Tier 5 ships and be able to retrofit them easily to fit the new tier. So that's my proposition. I'm going to be posting this video all over the place. If you agree with me, be sure to promote the video. I'll see if I'm gonna try to get Cryptic to see this video. So if you agree with me, be sure to leave a comment, like the video, subscribe if you want to. So I want to make sure this video is publicized so that Cryptic can see this and hear my proposal. I think this would work out really well if it worked that way. Briefly addressing the Mark 14 equipment. I don't think that's a big deal. Like, let's see. The Tier 14 would certainly be better than the Tier Mark 12 that we have now. But think about it this way. So, currently the highest tier equipment is Mark 12. But, as a Vice Admiral, a Tier 10 piece of equipment can still be competitive. Like, I have some Tier 10 and 11 equipment on my ships, and they still work out quite well. They're not completely obsolete. So, I think that the Tier 14 is fine. My main concern is for the ships that people have sunk so much money into. So, yeah, that's my idea. Anyways, guys, I guess that's about it then. Goodbye.